Anyways, one thing that I know to be the truth, I mean, you can really never go back. I mean, you can. You can. Or you can't. I don't know. I mean, I was trying to tell this cashier, this is my old stomping grounds, stuff like that. And, there's nothing like the young. Only the young can tell. Only the young can know. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, this election is solely based on the young. And they know that. They know that. This whole thing with parties, like which party, I'll be honest. I studied this for a while. Me and Chris both did it as a joke. Stuff like that, when Obama was there. And to be quite honest, I mean, don't have any. You see how it is today? I mean, this hate. I often pleaded on here doing videos, like asking, how did it start? Where did it start? How did we get to this point? I mean, well then, you have to, analyze it. You have to, put it all, with people. Just like in classes. I mean, I took some human service classes, where you have situations where you have problems. I mean, say, they give you all these cases, you have to figure them out. Say a building is being built over here, and it's going to house certain kind of people or something. And, you have to get permission and all this kind of stuff, in the community, all this kind of stuff. Just bring up something basic right now. Something simple. But to look at where we are today, where this thing is just there's no looking at it at all. I mean, at accomplishments or best interest. Just certain things. Everyone's got these certain things that they're passionate about, and I know the philosophy is love one another, love all. And that is such a true thing. I mean, my whole thing is all this stuff categorizing people, generalizing people. I mean, especially this is a serious thing here, where we got to the point where you cannot say anything because they automatically, put you in that same category, the same thing, and you're not. I mean, a lot of people stay silent about it. They see all this stuff, being said and everything, especially if you support this guy, you support they look at it and because I'm at the point right now where I'm just I'm refraining from it. I mean, before I got in it, because I wanted to know. I want to learn as much as I possibly can about it. And I also want to see what would work. I mean, how you would go about talking to someone who feels that, because you ask somebody on the other side, it's no, they just right. You had the election with Hillary. I mean, can you follow that? Did we get intro music?
To listen on your smartphone or
give me one last look as we do have you can't go back, or I want to go back on this. Yes, you can't go back. I mean, seeing the youth. I mean, the guy, I was asking for something, and he was so nice, finding it. I was almost going to ask him, would you be, telling my name when I do YouTube, to get an interview or something like that, because it's easy to talk to the youth, they're just what's up. His friend came in, what's up? Oh, I'm tired, man. Worked till 4 and everything, tired, And I was. And at the end of that video, I really wanted that coffee. And I pulled up to the Cumberland Farms over there, and they were closed. And she said she had a power outage. I said, could you give me a free coffee or something? I'll pay you tomorrow. I mean, I really want the coffee. It helps. I mean, it's always good to have tools, have the right necessity to do what you got to do. All right, let me have some of this. So, well, this guy has some things that Stewart's has, that the Cumberland Farms over there they don't have, but I was going there because of the coffee, because I was doing the show earlier. But getting back to this thing here, well, what really happened? Because we had Hillary in 2016, and I am totally lost now. All right, we're on Larch, Big Bad Larch. I think this where Teal, maybe Teal. Jeff, that was it. Jeff, right there. Yeah, that's it. Remember so many nights dropping him off. Ooh, I thought that was a dog. This should be, we got American flag here. Yes, I know exactly where we are. So, the thing with Hillary here, she outright got beat by Trump. She got beat by Trump. By what, though? What are the things that made her get beat? What were the things? I mean, like, she's coming out, she's talking yesterday about some certain things, and let's go to the radio. So she says, like, about and all these comments. You had Holder say what he had to say. You have Robert De Niro now saying stuff. He's saying, like, Trump supporters, something about hell or devil worshippers, and all that stuff. People are just like they're scared. They're scared, out of their minds, scared. I mean, some people are. The ones that, like I mentioned in the opener, like, they just want to see their kids do good. They want to see, like, a little bit of order. I mean, what would it be like? Like, coming down on police. You have a problem with any kind of, like, thing. Instead of, like, taking all these separate issues, not separate, but isolated incidents. Taking isolated incidents. I mean, well, they're not isolated. Or just take any incident that fits into the thing to get people to agree. Like say if I wanted someone to, like, believe me, like this, like a big phenomenon, this epidemic, like something needs to be done, but they don't take in account, like, all the stuff that doesn't go wrong, just like a certain, like, a separate incident. So they'll say, like, well, maybe some of you know what I'm getting at, but the thing with that is, again, I took some classes. I know in college, I know they have to prepare you for the real world, especially with problem solving. So what do you do? All right, I'm on the job, like, who do we need to do it? Do we need politicians to be doing it, to regulate us, give us more things? More things to stop what? When it all comes down to knowing your neighbor, working with your neighbor, not thinking he's out to get you. I mean, say there was something, with some kind of problem, with policing or something like that. You go, like, you bring. You're in the community, just like in Florida, they're looking for people. They're missing. They could have left. They could be, they're unaccountable, but they could be somewhere else. They're covering that story, down there. And it's a sad thing, like, eventually you're going to tie it into Trump somehow. Like, he had something to do with it, all this stuff. Again, we go back to, like, scrutinize and everything, what they didn't do before, before Trump, pre-Trump. Have a little bit more coffee, see if we can make sense here. So you get down, you get to know everyone, in the community, on a base-to-base thing, community to community. That's community leaders. Mama was a big community leader. How come he didn't implement that kind of strategy? I'm sure there's people out there. You don't need any experience. A little bit. You know, they can basically teach you in high school or a little bit after that. You just organize. You go to the place. You want to, you know. I mean, what do people do? I mean, they train you a little bit. You go to calls. You know, domestic calls, this calls, whatever. You know, you go and you have certain, you know, you get everyone involved. Everybody involved. Everybody knows everybody. You know. I mean, if something happens, somebody does something, like, you know, you proceed at it. You know, you proceed to the location or whatever you're doing with caution. You know, you just say, can I talk to you? You know, we had a call here. I don't know. I mean, how did these things go? Haywire. How they go like completely bonkers? You know, something's not right. It's not happening all over. It's like you're not getting up every day and you're hearing all these stories. How come they're not playing them right now? How come? Why not? If it's happening all the time, all these things, these incidents that they were showing all the time. No, because they want to get something done. There's people that want to see things done. They don't want hypocrisy. They don't want, like, you know, I'm better than you. You know, that you have it, you know, coming down on people, tearing them apart because they didn't like you. That's what it all is. They didn't like her. They didn't want her. And now she's out there. She's going to help the Republicans again. I think. Who knows?